internal rotation of the shoulder, side lying position, also known as the sleeper stretch. So the setup is to lie down on your side, head supported. The legs can come out at 45 degrees, or if you don't have the room, you can bend. What we're looking to do is try and get stretch for internal rotation at the posterior of the capsule, okay, so in the rear of the shoulder. I like to start with perpendicular to the body, then just come in just inside that 90 degrees, fold the arm towards you, and see we can start working into the stretch now. Hand on the top is pushing down to the floor, okay? The shoulder itself wants to stay stuck to the floor. If you feel like you're rolling off or you're closing that space, then maybe back up, okay? Now, anything in this arc will work, and depending on your shoulder will depend where you are, but this is where I suggest that you start, okay? The sensation you're looking for is in the rear, here, okay? However, it's not just a yanking of the arm. Because this is now the fixed point, okay? You need to maneuver your body around the shoulder in order to find the best stretch for you in the rear of the shoulder. So what that can mean is closing the space by rolling forwards. Perhaps it's even rolling backwards, okay? As long as you don't feel the shoulder coming off the floor itself, anything goes really. Want to try and keep the wrist straight, and you apply pressure down. Just as always, when you're doing your passive stretching, your nasal breathing, nice and slowly in, slowly out. After you've done 2 minutes, you would then move on to your pails and rails. Now, when we go from pails and rails, we want to initiate from the shoulder itself. You have pails, which is into the resistance, external rotation backwards, and then the regressive tissue underneath. The rails is to try and actively pull your arm deeper into the stretch. There are a few compensations that can happen, primarily from the wrist or a lengthening at the elbow. So with whichever setup you get, make sure that, as if you start there, it stays there. If you start here, it stays here, and the same with the wrist. If you dial up slowly through the shoulder, you can then irradiate tension into the rest of the body, abs, squeeze the legs together once you've connected with the tissues inside. You would ramp up, pails in this direction, switch immediately, keeping the top hand on, actively trying to fight for more space down using all the underside. Rinse and repeat depending on your program.